The Finals was a highly popular game on Steam in December, with as many as 242k concurrent players on PC alone. Many popular content creators such as Shroud, Tim the Tapman, and Dr. Disrespect played the game, leading to high expectations of major success, or at least on the horizon. However, within just 4 months of the game has lost a significant number of players and now has less than 30k players. But why is my favourite game dying? It's unfortunate that Embark is losing its player base. However, I want to clarify that my intentions is not to criticise the game developers, rather I simply want to highlight the current state of the game. That being said, The Finals is one of my favourite games of all time. I have spent over 500 hours playing it on Steam, and it has played a significant role in the success of my YouTube channel. I want to express my sincere thanks to everyone at Embark for creating such an amazing game. So where do we start? Most people discovered The Finals during the second beta release. However, I heard about the game back in 2021, when it was still in its alpha and beta stages. At that time, there was less than 10k signups and very few YouTube videos showcasing the game. I was searching for a game that had little competition to create content on, which is why I was interested in The Finals. Upon first glance, I knew I wanted to create content for this game, or be one of the first few individuals to play it. I recognised that this game was a hidden gem before its launch, and I fell in love with its unique class builds and quirky gadgets, which set it apart from any other game I had ever played. Even today, I still believe that The Finals is one of the most distinctive FPS experiences available in 2024. From the start, it was evident that the game was taking a bold strategy. In fact, my channel gained subscribers and viewership early on because many people were uninformed about the game's release date. In the video on the screen now, I predicted that the launch date of the game was going to be for the Game Awards. They went cold turkey on us, but I knew that they were going to release the game in 2023 and that the only time they could publish this game would be the Game Awards for one final push for the year. On December the 7th, 2023, my predictions that The Finals would be released turned out to be true. I was very excited to play the game after not having played it since the last closed beta in June 2023. I was eager to see what new content they had added, but unfortunately I was quite disappointed to find out the only addition in 6 months was a new map, and that map was Vegas. Although I knew that I was in the minority by playing the 2 betas, and many people only had started playing the game in December, but I was concerned that if they repeated the same pattern for Season 2, it could significantly hurt the player base, and it's coming true. If you're asking me where I think the game has gone wrong, I would like to start by saying that the FPS genre is incredibly hard to perfect. Games like Hyperscape and Splitgate were both brilliant titles, but unfortunately they died out. I cannot solely blame Embark for not being able to create a successful game, however, there are a few things that I believe that have hurt the game. So let me go through them. If Call of Duty was released in 2024 with only 3 to 4 maps, how do you think the first-person shooter FPS gaming community would react to this? Personally, I believe that if COD only had 4 maps, players would lose interest in it quickly and stop playing it altogether. The lack of maps in The Finals is very problematic, especially from a competitive point of view, but also from a casual experience, especially if you're watching content creators on Twitch and YouTube. People aren't going to be engaged for a long period of time. Cheaters in the FPS genre are always ruining games, and unfortunately it's a challenging issue to address. We can't solely blame small companies like Embark Studios, as even big game studios like CSGO and Apex, or should I say Valve and EA, are also struggling to combat this issue. The rank mode isn't about how good you are, it's more about how long you can play the game, which isn't rewarded in the slightest. Personally, I believe people are not bothered if they don't get the diamond weapon skin anymore, especially since it's not a true reflection of their skill. I'm hearing people talking about an esports scene in this game, but if they can't even get rank completely right at the moment, there should never be an esports scene. So the next one on my list is I would like to express my disappointment with Embark for their Spotlight game modes. In my opinion, they are not enjoyable enough as nothing changes on the map. Whilst it's okay to have game modes that require players to use certain weapons to receive skins, it would be great if there was more variety instances. For example, why don't we have like a free-for-all game mode so like casual players or even like competitive players can play a solo mode? That would be a great addition. If Embark want to cater to a casual player base, you could add something fun like a Floor is Lava game mode, but only bring these modes out occasionally. And I'm not saying copy Fortnite. I know Embark Studios have a really good creative team and they can bring out whatever they want, which would be really cool. It could be like a tornado, a tsunami. But I do feel like if you do a game mode like this and have a competitive element to it, so let's say a leaderboard, and then in the first week, whoever gets the most wins in the Floor is Lava game mode gets an exclusive Floor is Lava weapon skin set. So it could be like a set of 3 weapons, and only the first 1,000 people get that skin pack. And I feel like that's a more enticing than heal your teammates for 10,000 or get 3 wins. I feel like this is, for a competitive player, is more enticing as well. But for the casual player base, the game mode itself will be fun. And my last point that I want to touch, which is number 5, is the patch notes. I have great respect for Embark for putting in overtime to tweak the patch notes and balance the weapons every week. It's not an easy task. However, if they're trying to cater towards a casual audience, it's important to note that honestly, they don't really care about weapon changes. I can probably tell you now that many casual players probably missed the nukes, and a lot of competitive players have left because the rank mode and private matches are too bare bones. Embark need to figure out who their target audience is, and honestly, I can't even answer this. When I was making this video, the new game mode was announced, so I'm going to talk about this as well. I'm not entirely convinced that the game mode will significantly increase the player count for the finals. It's a bold move by Embark, but it may work well for the competitive scene in the future, similar to Rainbow Six. I think the people who have already stopped playing the game are unlikely to come back and play this mode. To be honest, it's nothing new since you can already play this mode on games such as CSGO and Call of Duty. But if Embark were to turn this game mode into a Twitch Rivals event, where top content creators across multiple games come and try it out, I believe it would be greatly beneficial for the game and the community. And not only does Twitch Rivals help push the game more, but it will be a lot of organic growth, especially if the content creators that are playing the game are enjoying the game. Imagine someone like Shroud again playing this game with 30,000 people. And we need tournaments with prize pools or even more of a fun activation like Twitch Rivals, mainly because the Twitch viewer count right now is absolutely abysmal, and it's sad to see the numbers, which I'll put on the screen here. A AAA game with less than 700 viewers is a serious issue. There's something about this game that people are not interested about. Is it because of some of the points I've mentioned in today's video, like the maps or game modes, or is there a bigger problem with the game itself? Leave a comment down below why you think the game is not doing that well at the moment and why it's underperforming on Twitch. I know that many similar videos have been created with the intention of gaining views. However, I want to clarify that this is not my intention. This channel has not been monetized for the last 90 days, and that is not my driving force here. I love everything about the finals. I want it to succeed. Nevertheless, we cannot ignore the stats. And if you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment and a cheeky sub. It does go a long way. I will still be making content on this game for a very long time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.